Fears for the lives of a female foreign tourist and boat cook lost at sea on Saturday off Phang-nga province. Christmas weekend of maritime disasters. A night ferry bound for Ko Tao sank after leaving Phang-nga, followed by the sinking of a tour boat. Fears mount for a missing foreign tourist and boat cook. On Saturday, Thai authorities desperately searched the seas off Surin National Park in Phang-nga for a missing female tourist and the Thai cook of a tourist boat that sank early on Saturday morning. The alarm was raised at approximately 9 a.m. 12 people including tourists and crew were later taken off the boat. Helicopters and naval patrol vessels continue to search for those missing as fears grow. Some of the 70 foreign tourists rescued on Friday from the sinking Ko Tao ferry that went down after all passengers aboard were rescued at sea. Phang-nga rescue services went into action again on Saturday morning when a tourist boat sank off the Surin Islands National Park. A frantic search is still underway for a missing female foreign tourist and the boat's Thai cook. 12 people were rescued from that vessel. Thailand's southern coastal waters witnessed 2 maritime emergencies in a 48-hour period. It is a shot across the bows for authorities in relation to maritime safety. At the same time, it is a signal to tourists warning of the perils of visiting the kingdom's spectacular offshore islands. On December 22, 2023, a night ferry en route to the idyllic Ko Tao Island faced high waves off the Surin Islands near Surat Thani province. The T. Sandy Mani Sap 111, a vessel weighing 115 gross tons, was battered by rough waters reaching up to 3 meters in the Kong Hin Tung Ku area. This was just 4 nautical miles from the shores of Ko Tao. Ferry bound for Ko Tao Island sank on Friday morning, but miraculously over 100 lives aboard were taken off the craft in a well-coordinated sea rescue. The ferry, owned by Paithun Konkan, set sail from Surat Thani Municipal Pier at 11 p.m. on Thursday. It was destined for the notorious Ko Tao Island by 5 a.m. on Friday. UK diver's death on Ko Tao resurrects myth which is harmful to efforts to promote Thailand abroad. 22 still missing as naval chiefs plan refloat of the Sukhothai which capsized and sunk on Sunday. Amidst the stormy seas, the Navy's Second Fleet dispatched the Tor 112 patrol boat for inspection and search operations. However, the ferry succumbed to the relentless onslaught as seawater breached the vessel, causing significant damage. The rescue of 102 passengers aboard the sinking ferry vessel early on Friday morning miraculously saw all lives aboard taken off by other craft. The operation was coordinated by the 2nd Thai Naval Region and the regional harbor manager in Phang-nga. Speedboats and tourist boats dispatched to the incident successfully evacuated all the passengers on board to safety. 70 tourists aboard the ferry whisked to safety. Later, officials issued notices to the ferry's owners ordering the wreckage removed for safety. Fortunately, all 70 tourists on the craft, predominantly foreigners, were successfully rescued before the ferry sank. The crew aboard the sinking vessel worked a lone water pump to buy the rescue operation time as the rescue boats traveled towards the coordinates given over the radio. Those were given to the media on Friday by Captain Natapan Simpolpan, the Deputy Director of Rescue Services. On Friday, officials laid markers at the location. Additionally, they warned other vessels in the area while serving notices to the owners of the ferry. Authorities were quick to point out that the old vessel was not overloaded when it sank. An initial investigation confirmed that the passenger count adhered to safety limits. The Meteorological Department had previously issued warnings about strong winds and waves in the Gulf of Thailand. This coupled with heavy rainfall along the southern region's eastern coast from Friday through Tuesday. Just as authorities were dealing with the aftermath of the Ko Tao ferry incident, another catastrophe struck on December 23. The tourist boat Sawan Tour, carrying 14 people, snorkeling enthusiasts, encountered distressing circumstances near Tarinla Island. Phang-nga Rescue notified that a tourist boat sank near the Surin Islands on Saturday morning. 2 aboard, including a female foreign tourist, are missing. On Saturday, Phang-nga Provincial Marine Control Center issued a statement on the sinking of a boat operating under the name Sawan Tour which sank near Tarinla Island. This was 4 miles south of the Surin Islands National Park. The boat had taken tourists to the area to engage in diving and snorkeling activities. An initial rescue boat was sent to the location of the incident and took crew and tourists to safety. But this left 2 passengers aboard the boat missing, including a female foreign tourist and the boat's Thai cook. The vessel sank 4 miles south of the Surin Islands National Park. The boat departed from Top Lamu Pier in Phang-nga, intending to explore the underwater wonders of the region. Later, that vessel also faced the perils of strong wind conditions. At length, water inundated the boat during the journey. Boats including fishing and naval patrols rushed to the scene to save those aboard. Missing Thai cook named as 60-year-old Ms. Nong Samnyang Thaikanna. The Porn Super Ni-9 fishing boat rushed to the scene, successfully rescuing 12 tourists and crew members. Worryingly, 2 individuals remained unaccounted for, a 56-year-old female foreign tourist and the boat's cook, Nong Samnyang Thaikanna, aged 60. At the Naval Command Center in Chonburi, Lieutenant General Suchart Kompitakwet spearheaded search and rescue operations. A rubber boat from the Royal Thai Navy Surin Base, a helicopter, and patrol boat No. 995 were deployed. Their mission was to locate the missing passengers. The rescued individuals were brought ashore at Kuruburi Port, with ongoing efforts to locate and recover the wreckage. Directives issued relating to sunken ferry. The maritime incidents have prompted authorities to take cautionary measures. Firstly, the Phang-nga Provincial Maritime Control Center issued warnings to boats operating within 5.5 nautical miles of Ko Tao. It emphasized the risks posed to other vessels by the sunken ferry. Additionally, a directive was issued to its owners for the salvage or dismantling of the wreckage within 15 days. These were accompanied by visible signs to alert passing vessels. The incidents highlight the vulnerability of sea transports throughout the southern islands, during unpredictable weather conditions. Undeniably, the swift response from rescue services has saved lives in the last 48 hours. Helicopter and naval patrol vessels lead the way as search for the missing foreign tourist and boat's cook continues, but inevitably, fears are growing. However, the search for the missing tourist and boat cook continues. Officials report that helicopters and boats are now being used to survey the waters where the boat went down to try to locate the foreign tourist, who has only been identified as female, as well as the already identified cook. Fears are now growing for their safety and return. The incidents will undoubtedly spark a call for another review of safety protocols for seafaring vessels linked with foreign tourism along Thailand's picturesque coasts. Phoenix tourist boat disaster in 2018 led to a shakeup in security and rescue protocols, which may have had an impact on events over the last 48 hours. Over 5 years ago, on July 5, 2018, 47 people died when 2 tour boats collided off Koh Mai Thon. The 2 vessels were the Phoenix and Serenata. All 42 passengers, mostly tourists from the latter boat, survived, while 47 aboard the Phoenix lost their lives. A subsequent investigation identified problems with safety or rescue response and security protocols for seacraft. The improvements ordered may have had an impact on the successful sea rescues performed in the last 48 hours. However, concerns remain about vessel seaworthiness and inclement weather warnings. The disastrous Phoenix incident in 2018, off Phuket, damaged Thailand's reputation for safety in China. Most of those who died were Chinese tourists. The response to the 2 incidents this week from authorities appears to have been swift. However, questions will be asked about why the sunk vessels put to sea at all during bad weather conditions and the seaworthiness of the vessels concerned.